Hello there, and welcome back to Let's Talk Assassin's Creed. This is episode 174. And as ever, I am joined by my partner in crime, Chris.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, mate. Welcome back. It's been a few weeks since our last marathon episode. That was
Yeah, I know.
lovely.
It was
Um,
unintended, but good
it
times.
was, but hey, it was great. I enjoyed it. And we are joined by a special returning guest, Arshak.
Hello. How are you guys? Assassins, friends.
All
Now I
good,
know you
mate.
guys are assassins because of my question.
And
Always.
yes, yes. Sorry, Templars, but it's just monstrous. But do you remember what I said in the last episode, Arshak? I said he's asked that question before,
Yeah, I need to
and
ask a better question next time. I know.
all right, you can think about that. Perhaps we'll do another AMA in the summer or something.
Well, yeah,
Um,
to be
the
continued.
last, yeah, the last time you were with us was now I forget the episode number, 165 or something, with Shadi, who joined us from Egypt, and we were looking ahead to Mirage and what it would mean for players in the Middle East, for players who are Arabs, who are Muslims, and what it might mean to bring their history and their culture to life. And it was a great conversation. Did Mirage live up to your expectations?
Oh yeah, it totally did. Mirage was like a game that like I love to go back to it like from time to time and just enjoy Baghdad and stuff like that. Parkour around, hear the people talking authentic Arabic and stuff. Yeah, it totally l lived up to the experience, the Mediterranean experience, that is. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. All
Hmm.
right. Any favorite moments?
Any favorite moments? I really like the moment where thing Bassam uh confronts the governor of Baghdad and does not kill him, which was great. Thing I like went and s searched up the governor of Baghdad, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, well, makes sense why he doesn't kill him. And yeah, but man, he was so underused, in my opinion. Thing like I wanted him there more, but like again, Mirage was a thing, a DLC turned into a big game, so whatever we got of him was good. But yeah, being Bassam was just a treat as well. Plus his special bond with Enkidu and how that was broken. Spoilers, sorry.
I think we can do spoilers for Mirage now. What
Yeah,
it's
if you
Yeah.
haven't
it's
played the game by now, what are you doing? Red is about to come out.
well, it certainly seems like we're going to get a trailer. And well, what are we now? We're recording on the 11th of May. We might get a trailer by the end of the month or
Few
a sneak
weeks.
peek or
I
whatever. So
wish, man. I wish. I've been wanting to see something about Red for a while.
mm,
Right there
Uh,
with you, man.
yeah.
UB Forward is early June, but there's a
Yeah.
PlayStation event coming up, isn't there, this month
Yeah.
in May? And didn't we see the first bit of Mirage at the
I think so,
PlayStation event?
yeah. That
Yeah,
sounds
so
familiar, yeah.
could it be the same again?
Never know. Could be. All
Possibly.
eyes on it.
Yeah.
If they do a surprise factor again, um, it'll be great. But like, it would be good to do it on like an Xbox kind of
Oh, they're in the bad books now, so.
thing. Yeah. Xbox is a bit questionable right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, PlayStation is still in the good marks
Yeah.
until
Not
layoffs
if you're a
hit.
Helldivers player, it's not, but that's a topic for another time.
Eh,
There's a lot
yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
We'll
Uh,
see, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully Ubisoft surprises us and shows more at Ubisoft uh forward. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
yeah, indeed. Indeed.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
but we're gonna talk about. we're gonna talk about AC Red a lot today, so that's good.
We might indeed do that. I'll tell you what, at this point, Chris, you pitched the idea for today's episode. So over to you. What are we doing?
Okay, so yeah, today we're going to talk about TV shows or movies that match well with Assassin's Creed games. And I mean, the idea came up because, for one thing, me and Adam had already spoken about this recently because I'm writing an article about it. And then also because of the latest with the Fallout TV show doing so well. I don't know if either of you watched that, but I thought it was brilliant. Um, and obviously there'd been The Last of Us and stuff, so there is more adaptations coming. But for a while, there has been like TV shows or movies that fit in very nicely with Assassin's Creed games. So today we're going to talk about that. So I mean, we might as well just start at the beginning.
Let's go for it. So AC1 1170, 1180. I should really know the year that AC1 starts.
1191 is when
Right.
it takes place in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where would we start with that one?
Well, see, there is a few movies and stuff. I've never actually came across any TV shows that are set in that time period or that part of the world. But I had seen Assassin M on Twitter had been tweeting about something called the Hishashin quite a while ago. Um, I'm sure he was talking about it when Mirage was first out, and he had said, and I think it's an Egyptian-made TV show, and it's basically all about the real Hishashins. So I've still to try and figure out where I could watch that or how I could even get a hold of it or if it's even in English. So I don't actually know.
Yeah.
But the one I did suggest was the movie Kingdom of Heaven. So have either of you seen that?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it was Ridley Scott's. Was it his next work after Gladiator? Maybe he did something in between, but it wasn't
It
long after,
might have
was it?
been, yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. It's a bit different. I don't know if it quite hit Gladiator's heights, but I enjoyed the film a
No,
lot.
definitely not. I hadn't heard of it until I found it like at my friend's house on DVD, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And he was like, "Ah, it's some movie about Templars." I was like, "Templars,
Oh,
you say?"
hello.
Yeah, it was about like Templars. My sister told me to watch it. I never got around to watching it. So I wouldn't know about the show really, but I'm interested to hear what you guys say about it.
I mean, it's got Eva Green in it, so what more do you need?
Ah,
No, but there
it
is
is.
one character or one actor. So the actor is Hassan Massoud, and he played Saladin.
Right.
And one thing I always remembered from that film is that actor as that character, he just, I don't know what the right word is, but he just dominated the screen. He had
Yeah.
screen presence as that character. And I could see that actor with, I don't know what it is like magnetic eyes. And I feel like if you needed someone to play, oh my God, my brain's gone blank, the mentor in Assassin's Creed 1, if you were to bring that to television or film, he would be an incredible screen presence
Yeah.
to bring that
Like
character.
Rashid Adesinan,
No, like I say, right, Chris, AC1, who the hell, what's,
Al-Mualim.
oh my God, Al Mualim. Doesn't that even mean teacher in Arabic? Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, Al-Muallim, but yeah.
Sorry, I just couldn't remember it. That's so embarrassing. But anyway, this actor, he's got such presence. I think he could be an incredible and terrifying mentor of the Brotherhood. Anyway, that's a character that really stood out to me from that film.
Yeah, and I mean that says a lot because that film is full of big stars. Like it's Orlando Bloom's the main character. Eva Green, you said Liam Neeson's in it. Michael Sheen, sorry. I mean, it's got a lot of well-known actors, big actors. So
Yeah, definitely worth a
I thought it
watch.
was a decent movie. And if you're
Mm,
interested in like, obviously it's got nothing to do with assassins, but it's to do with like what the real Templars were. So
yeah,
very interesting.
absolutely. I'd definitely love to. I mean, if you can get the Hashashin, that you said it's an Egyptian series, even if it's with English subtitles, I would happily watch that. I don't personally
Yeah,
need a full dub.
same.
Um, the subtitles alone would be great. Have you got any recommendations of TV or film that cover that era, Arshak?
Any recommendations? My my mind is drawing a blank, honestly. But I mean, from that era, no, no, I don't. I
See,
don't like.
it's a very obscure time for movies or TV shows. Like you don't see much media, but Adam, a writer, did say there's a movie called Ironclad, and I've not actually seen it, so I didn't know. But
I'm actually doing like a historical. Uh, sorry, Chris.
that's all right.
I think I'm actually doing like a historical research on that time period. Uh, because like I want to see if I can write a story around it. Um,
Nice.
yeah, we'll see. It's in the back burner. But yeah, Chris, what were you saying?
Oh
Sorry.
no, I'd finished.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, should we move on to
Yeah, yeah.
AC2 or
Absolutely. So, Assassin's Creed 2, the Renaissance, late 15th century Italy. Chris, I think you found probably the best match for this.
Yeah, well, it is so what we're talking about is there's a TV show called The Borgias, and it is again quite a good cast and stuff. I mean, the main man himself is Jeremy Irons, who from Assassin's Creed fame is in the Assassin's Creed movie. So
yeah.
yeah,
Also a Templar
yes.
again.
Oh, of course, he's the
Yeah.
lead.
Yep, he's Alan Riken or Ricken. I'm not sure how you pronounce that.
Yeah, yeah.
He's Papa Borgia
Yep,
Papa
himself.
Bush.
he's Big
Um, Ro
Alexander.
yeah,
Yeah.
Rodrigo. Uh,
I've got a
So
random
yeah.
memory of, sorry, the Assassin's Creed film. Did that have Charlotte Rampling in it?
I
Don't
can't
mind
think who
me.
that is.
She played in the Dune films. She plays
Uh, yeah, I've not
the
seen.
mother, the Benny Gesserit leader, whose character name I don't know. I mean, she's been acting for,
Charlotte
yeah, she's
Rampling?
been acting for long, long
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah.
Was she in the? Was she one of the? Was it the Inner Sanctum they called it? I'm just quickly. Yeah, she was Ellen Kay, a member of the Templar Elders. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to
Yeah.
satisfy my curiosity there. Sorry, Chris. Back to the Borgias. Tell us more.
So I've only seen a few episodes. I was aiming to try and watch the first season by this, but I've just been so like just busy with a million other things. So, but what I have watched of it so far, I do quite like it. It's not like pure action packed or anything, but it's like really good drama and good story building. So I would recommend it, but like I said, I haven't seen much of it. So
Purely it's purely politics
yeah,
and like with like some wars in it. Like if there is anything that I remember from that show, uh I have watched this show 5 years, 6 years ago. But if there is anything that I remember from it is that it showed Cesare Borgia and Lucrezia Borgia as like, brother and sister and not like, lovers,
yeah,
which was great. I think I feel like a lot of history is written by the victors.
Yeah,
And yes, Assassin's Creed did portray Cesare and Lucrezia as like lovers, but um that might have not been the case. Uh, it might have, but yeah, who knows? But it was good to see them as like, brother and sister, brother caring for the sister. It was good to see Caterina Sforza being
she's in it as well.
yeah, she's in it
I have to
as
watch this.
well. Yeah, she uh, she's actually played by a really great actress. Thing like um I liked her dominating the scene that she was in.
Gina McKee, I
Uh,
know that name. Yeah, she's been acting in the UK for many years. I can't tell you what she's been
yeah,
in, but that's a very familiar name. Okay,
but
interesting.
yeah, like she uh she was great as Katerina Sforza. Reading the Tigress of Forli book about Katerina Sforza was like, all right, like she fits the bill.
Mm,
Um, she she also like is um in some ways like very similar to the Katerina Sforza we see in the Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
series too.
yeah.
I think like yeah, uh, she laid a siege to like some town. I don't know what it was, but oh man, I'm blanking out on Katerina Sforza's history. But um, yeah, if you want to watch the Borgias just for Katerina, just watch the
Yeah.
Borgias just for Katerina.
What was the name of that book you
Uh,
mentioned that talks about her life?
uh, the Tigress of Forli.
Right.
It's a it's like the most accurate uh biography of hers.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I I read it back in Renaissance class.
Oh
Nice.
wow. All
Um,
right.
yeah.
That sounds like the kind of class I wish I
Uh,
could have had at school, but we just had to do
Yeah.
like maths and physics and stuff.
Yeah. Rubbish.
oh, oh, brother, I wrote like a whole research paper on uh what Machiavelli's Prince
Mm.
in that in that class. It was 14 pages long. I'm like, screw you, Machiavelli.
Didn't Ezio tell him to keep it short though? So that's as it should be, right?
Well, I think my professor did not tell me to keep it short, so
Now this is I've just found the book here. So the Tigress of Forli, Renaissance Italy's most courageous and notorious countess, Caterina Riario Sforza de' Medici. Very all right. That's a good recommendation. I'm always on the lookout for book recommendations. So happy
yeah,
days, mate.
yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
I'm just reading the
Um,
Wikipedia article here for the TV series The Borgias, and one of the plot paragraphs. Everyone will like this. The show also addresses Lucrezia's first and second marriage, her illegitimate child, the affair between Alexander VI and Giulia la Bella Farnese, the rise of Savonarola, and his bonfire of the vanities. So
Yep.
that's covered in the
yeah.
program as oh, I have to watch this now.
Yep.
I was
Um,
there. I was there
Yeah.
at the bonfire of the vanities.
Oh yeah, I think.
so James,
Uh,
because you're in the UK, you can watch it on if you get Paramount.
I think we get that through Sky. So yeah, we could watch that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Awesome.
yeah. Um, yeah. Also, another good TV show to watch. If you are in the AC2 time period, Medici, on
Ah, yes.
Netflix. It goes through the patriarch of the Medicis, and then I think in the second and third season it goes through Lorenzo de Medici, which is played by a really good actor. I really like him. Let me see. Sorry, we should have done our research.
Now this makes it more real if we do our research while is it Richard Madden?
I know. Yeah. Well, you're getting it live, Assassins. You're getting it live.
It's is it Richard
Uh,
Madden who plays him?
Well, yeah. Richard Madden.
Oh no, he's Cosmo.
Uh, plays Cosmo
Yeah,
Medici. Um, the other guy is Daniel Sharman, um, who plays Lorenzo de
yeah.
Medici. And dude, like this guy just absolutely nails Lorenzo de Medici. I think he's one of my favorite portrayals of him.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So I think I think Netflix is like doing something to the Medici series. So if you guys have time to watch it immediately, watch it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
completely forgot all about it, and I've heard of it, And I can't believe I never
Yeah.
came across it when I was doing a bit of research. But yeah, I'll definitely.
We're going to come out of
They
this episode
also
with so much
covered.
television to watch. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They also they also cover Savonarola's Bonfire of the Vanities in this series too.
Mm,
So yeah, if you want like less seasons to watch, watch
okay.
Medici.
Now, do they tell the real
Yeah.
history or Abstergo's edited version of history? That's what I'm curious about. Because,
I'm pretty I'm pretty sure they tell like the the real history behind it because like, you know, Cosmo is the guy that built the great church of uh, Florence, like, you know, the Santa Maria
mm,
del Fiore. Well, he doesn't build it, like he puts the dome,
right,
the famous dome,
right.
in there. And uh then that is transferred to like Lorenzo de' Medici. Uh you get to see the plot against them by the Pazzi conspiracy,
Okay.
which
Nice.
is really good. I really like how they handled it. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, that's
That's a
definitely
pretty
that
good
good
sounds like
show.
a good show.
recommendations. Yeah. So I'm thinking Medici first, and actually, I wonder which one chronological. Would you kind of watch both of them at the same time if you wanted to get like a chronology of the different events? But anyway, that's a good recommendation, mate. Um,
Yeah, I mean, watch them at the same time. Get your Renaissance fix, Assassins.
absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, well, up next is,
Well, up next is Brotherhood, but I guess the same series cover that time
oh,
period.
well, yeah.
Yeah. And Revelations again would be a little bit different time period, but still again,
Hmm.
I didn't even bother
Oh,
looking
oh,
for anything for that.
okay. So I have something to say in terms of chronology.
Okay.
If you guys want to start Assassin's Creed 2, then watch the Medici, and then in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is mainly like Borgia related.
Mm,
So watch Borgia afterwards.
nice.
All
You
right.
know,
I like that.
it makes
It
sense.
does.
I like it.
Revelations is tricky, isn't it? Because I mean, there must be series out there, but how many cover, what is it, 15, 10, 15, 15 in,
In Turkey,
yeah, that's,
Constantinople.
Yeah, I I I think there's a series about Suleiman.
ah,
Mm.
A thing that again my sister was watching. Um, yeah, the there is like a Suleiman TV series, Suleiman the Magnificent.
yeah,
I don't know where you can watch it, but yeah, apparently that's a really good show. Um, it shows him in his like later age though. And then there's also a Netflix series, of course, uh, that covers the Ottoman period. I think it's called just a
Is that a
second.
documentary or is it like a drama?
Oh yeah, it's Rise of Empires, Ottoman Mehmed versus Vlad, uh
okay,
the Impaler, but like, you know, it's not Suleiman, it's Mehmed. Mehmed is the guy that conquered uh
Yeah.
Constantinople. Um, but yeah, I think he's the grandfather of Suleiman, or the great grandfather. Um, yeah. Uh, but it's not long until then that Suleiman ruled.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking here, just a quick Wikipedia search, sorry, IMDb search. There is a Turkish series called Mutasem Yüzyıl, which is Magnificent Century, and is based on the life of Suleiman the Magnificent and his wife Hürrem Sultan. So that might be a good one to get like a biography of Suleiman as well. So that's
Yeah,
Magnificent Century.
that's the show I'm
Is
talking
it?
about.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, awesome.
the Magnificent Century. Which is I gotta start watching this.
And it's
Um,
good to find one because it's a time period that's in the UK, it's not really discussed. It's not taught in
Yeah.
schools. It's not part of pop culture or pop history, certainly in the UK. So yeah, it's quite a hard one to find media for. But you know, obviously Turkish television has made a series, and hey, I'm sure we can get it somehow.
yeah. Honestly, watching Black Sails, which we will be talking about later on.
Spoilers, bro. Come on.
Um, hey, I'm enticing the
Good
audience
point.
over here.
Good point.
Um, but yeah, like what wa watching that is um I mean talk about empires, the Ottoman Empire uh is one, right? Another great empire, recent empire was or is the British Empire, right? And seeing the pirates fighting the British Empire is so like it's they have unlikely chances, but yeah, like what I meant to say is that like the British Empire is so big, but like the British Empire doesn't start until like England is formed, and that goes into Valhalla. But hey, let's like uh
Let's come back a
I
few
really want to
centuries
talk about the
first.
British
Yeah,
Empire.
yeah. We should talk about
Yeah,
before we go to Black Flag, which is coming up very soon.
Yes.
We should talk about Chris's
yeah.
personal favorite of the series, which is Assassin's Creed 3.
Yes. Well, the thing is that I've never seen anything really in that time period, but there was a TV show that was told, and it's called John Adams, and I've still not actually seen it. I don't know what I think the only place I can watch it is on Prime on
Right.
Amazon, but I think we need to pay for it and all that. So I'll see. But I mean, it's obviously like it's a complete drama. I mean, the description for it is the life of one of the USA's founding fathers, its second president, and his role in the nation's first 50 years. So obviously, it takes place, or some of it will definitely take place during the time that Connor would be running about. But yeah, I've not seen it yet, and I really want to, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. HBO biopic. Nice.
Yeah,
You'd
and
think there'd
the
be endless
actor,
programs, wouldn't you, about the American Revolution?
yeah, I'm really surprised. I mean, there might actually be more, but I don't know about them. So, but it's,
There's
I mean, I fell in love with Assassin's Creed 3 because of that time period and that, like what was going on in America with the British,
mm,
again, the British Empire trying to take America. And yeah, I mean, I just found it fascinating because, again, we didn't learn anything like that in school.
yeah,
So this is
yeah.
definitely a TV series that is like it's basically at the top of my list right now. So I will
Understood.
figure it out.
The one I added to the
Yeah.
list was Hamilton, the musical.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
couple of hours long.
Ah,
I mean, it's great anyway. I love it. But if you want a little
I
slice
still
of,
gotta watch
it's
that.
on Disney Plus, my friend.
Yeah.
Full cast recording, and it's great.
I I don't like musicals as much,
Fair
but
enough.
yeah, like but like I don't know, Hamilton is just honestly, in my opinion, overrated, but I don't
All right, just
I
hold on a
don't want to
sec,
judge
guys. I
it
just need
too
to work out how I kick Arshak out the Zoom here. Hold on, no, nearly
I don't
there.
want to judge it too harshly. James, don't
I
kick
know
me
what
out.
you mean
Please.
about the musical thing,
I
but
know,
I
I
wasn't really
understand.
into them before. But I mean, I kind of am now. My view on it
Yeah.
changed. The more of them I seen, I was like,
Well,
oh no, I quite like this.
I can't judge it too harshly though because I haven't watched it. I might like it. I just haven't watched it
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it around like, watching a musical.
To be honest,
Um, uh,
some people don't get it, and that's fine. It's like, why are they singing? But for me, it's like
yeah,
films where there's a lot of dancing in. Why are they dancing? I can't get my own head around it. But
Mm.
it's the whole
if you
reason.
can break through that barrier, they're great songs. There's plenty of history. Of course, he's had to adjust a few things to make it fit, but it's a really good show. Worth trying to see if you can push through it, mate.
Yeah, it's the whole reason I still haven't watched Les Miserables.
Right, I really am kicking
I
you out
think.
now. Hang on a minute. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah, but on another note, I think recently Apple TV has uh also introduced Franklin into their like new TV shows. Um, it's played by uh M Michael Douglas. Uh, Michael Douglas plays Frank. Thing man Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin. I like completely blacked out on his first name.
Man, I tell you what, it's
Um,
really warm here in the office. It's been warm all day. My brain is not working properly. So do not worry about.
yeah,
I mean, I couldn't remember Al Mualim 10 minutes ago. So don't worry about things slipping your
yeah.
mind.
Benjamin Franklin. I mean, Benjamin Franklin kind of goes between AC3 and AC
Yeah.
Rogue, right? So if you wanted your AC Rogue fix, Benjamin Franklin. Thing. I gotta watch that TV show too. I still don't have an Apple TV Plus subscription because I already have
Too many.
well, let's see. Disney,
Yeah.
Netflix thing. It's like, bro, just put a bundle, please. I don't want to
Yeah.
pay for another
No.
thing. Yeah, but Franklin is pretty good. Frontier is also good too. I think that's Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I've never
Uh,
actually watched that. What is it about? Like they sell
yeah,
pelts or something?
it's it's between the 7 Years War and it's about
Um,
like the fur trade and stuff like
all right, we'll
that.
put that one in with Rogue.
Um, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I'm
Um,
looking that up right now. Canadian historical drama.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
seeing it like pop up on
nice.
Netflix for years and just never watched that.
So that's more the Seven
yeah,
Years' War, is it, Arshak?
yeah, it's around like the 7 Years War.
Yeah, got it. Got it.
And it was a good TV show while it lasted. Um, but yeah, I'm really interested to see how Apple handles Benjamin Franklin. Um, he is only on our $100 bills.
Well, I think we've talked about so we've got John Adams,
Yep.
Franklin, and Hamilton as our recommended viewing for AC3. Okay, Arshak, we're here. It's Black Flag time. But
Hey.
first,
Okay,
but no,
awesome.
no,
All right, so guys.
but first, when Chris and I recorded last time, we spoke about Chris recommended Blue Eye Samurai. We'll get to that, and he
Hmm.
talked a lot about Black Sails. So I tell you what, Chris, why don't you tell us more about Black Sails and how amazing it is?
Right.
You started up, buddy.
Okay. So yeah, I watched Black Sails a long, long time ago when it first came out. It was originally a TV show on the American network called Stars. So not a lot of people from the UK have heard of it. It's went quite under the radar for the most of the time when I bring it up to people, they've like, oh, I've never heard of that. I think the only people that I'd really known that had seen it so far was like Wolfie in the Discord. And I think there was like two or three other people. But yeah, I absolutely love the show. to this day, I was telling this to Ash, it's still my favorite show. To this day, I think it's better than Game of Thrones and like all these other Breaking Bad. I think it's way better than all that stuff. But it speaks to me in a way that a lot of other shows don't. Like, I'm sure Ash is going to talk about this, but the whole, again, pirates taking on the Navy, um, trying to build their own place, where they can thrive. And I mean, pretty much all the characters in it are real people, apart from the two main characters. So that's Captain Flint and
Mm.
John Silver. Basically, they're the only two made-up characters. Everyone else is all real. So you've got Anne Bonny, you've got Charles Vane, you've got Blackbeard, you've got uh, Jack Rackham. I mean, you name it, they're there. All the characters from AC4, they're in there, apart from Edward, obviously. But yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah,
Take it away, Ash.
because you guys know Edward Kenway was a real life historical
Oh
figure.
yes.
He's been written out of history.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why wasn't he in there?
Upstairs,
No, I'm
God.
just kidding.
they control
Yeah.
everything, man.
No, no, I'm just kidding. A thing for those searching up Edward Kenway right now, he's a fictional figure, guys. But in our hearts, he's a historical figure.
Forever real.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically everything that Chris said is right on the spot. It's like, this uh this minority trying to go against the majority, like, or like the big guy basically, which is the British Empire. They can call ships from neighboring uh countries and a thing basically, blow you off, and be like, "Hey, are you guys like, do you guys submit?" And some did submit, some didn't. But watching the show, especially after like Chris recommended it to me, watching the show, I couldn't help but like think the pirates were the first example of the colonists trying to break away from uh a thing, trying to break away from, what do you
The
call it?
Empire, basically.
Yeah, the British
Yeah.
Empire. Uh, and they were like the first example of uh, you know, rebellion against the British Empire. But somehow the American colonies worked out better. Thing like they knew how to do it. Um, yeah. Also, one more thing about it, and this is just like a fun fact, the main composer of Black Sails is actually Bear McCreary,
Oh.
who has made the music for God of War. Yeah, and another fun fact, Bear McCreary is actually um like Armenian.
Mm.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. His mom is Armenian. I don't know if his dad is Armenian, but yeah, if his mom is Armenian, he's Armenian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason I bring that up is because I'm Armenian as well,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, I just thought like, I'm like, oh my God, that that's so big. I once had I was like literally 5 inches away from Bear McCreary, and I didn't talk to him because I was so um fan struck about him. I'm like, I don't want to make a bad first impression. But yeah, this was after the fact that I knew he made
Was
the
this the
sound
event where you
for
took a
Black Sails.
selfie of yourself with Julie Elven?
Yeah, 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 yeah. With
Oh,
Julie
man,
Elven, with
jealous.
Lauren Balfe. I talked to Lauren Balfe and I didn't talk to Bear McCreary.
Now,
One of my regrets of life.
on Bear McCreary's like credits, you were just about to mention that he also composed for Assassin's Creed, right?
Did
Yeah,
he?
Jack the Ripper. Yeah, it's only
Oh,
yeah. There's only
seriously?
6 songs or so,
Yeah.
6 pieces of music on that. It's very short, of course, because it's a very short. But yeah, he composed. So there is an Assassin's
Oh my
Creed
God,
link
I
there
didn't know
for.
that.
I've just made you feel worse now, haven't I, mate?
Oh my God, I'm so bad right now. Guys, I'm gonna leave the
All
chat.
right, all right. Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming in
Go
today.
go wipe my tears. But yeah, he's really good. Oh, and the Black Sails theme music is so on point. Like, oh, just makes me feel like a pirate. Uh yeah, but uh let's talk more about Black Sails.
No, it's a brilliant show. I mean, so there's a lot going on in it. There's a lot of different storylines happening. Um, and I mean, they even like have the aid of slaves at one point, and like that's how they take on the British, and it's absolutely insane. Some of the battle scenes, and I mean the just the character building in it is amazing. Like I think Jack Rackham and Anne Bonny are my two favorite characters in it. I think they're absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And you even like see Mary Read like at the end of the
Yep.
season. It's like, okay, well, that completely off the mark, but okay, you got
Yeah,
it. But like throughout the season, you know who is the Mary Read in um in like the series, which is Max.
yeah,
Like but yeah, like it's a show that shows that like women can do uh, uh women can be as impactful as men. Um and thing like
yeah,
it really shows like the equality that uh pirates wanted to reach to. And yeah, like them working with the Maroons to uh seek peace from the British Empire. That's that that's really good. And even like the Maroons, they reminded me of
yeah,
Adewale. And like I got to see like yeah, it was just so crazy that they made the Maroons more prominent in the show. I forgot their leader's name. Oh, Mr. Scott.
yeah.
Um thing like I really loved his character and his convictions. Thing the Guthrie family, I believe the Guthrie family are fictional, right?
I think so, but I mean, obviously we know what's his name's real. I'm blanking on the name now. He's in Assassin's Creed 4. He's one of the bad guys.
Oh, Woods Rogers?
Aye, Woods Rogers. That's it. I always forget that name for some reason. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like obviously we know he's real, and he's obviously a big part of the story in the second half of it.
Yeah, Woods Rogers was really, really good in the show. Though the makeup that they did on him was kind of like you could have done better. But thing like because Woods Rogers has like this
Mhm.
scar on I think either his left cheek or right cheek. And he got it from the war. And yeah, I think that they handled his character really, really well in the start. And then he just goes crazy. Yeah, I'm like I think was Rogers had a good time after the Pirates. But yeah. Um James, have you watched Black Sails?
Now it's your turn to kick me out of the chat of the call.
Oh
I
my
have not
God.
watched it, but I'm going to. I'm going to watch it because hey, I respect Chris's recommendations. What I think I might do just for fun, I think on IMDb you can create like custom watch lists. And I think after
for Assassin's
this, I
Creed.
might create like a custom watch list of everything we've mentioned,
And
and then we
see,
can share it
this
out
is
there.
just personal, right? But I actually think because there's only 4 seasons, personally, I think the third and the fourth season are the better two.
Yeah.
And I think the first two are still amazing, but I mean, like if you're like getting through the second season or something and you're thinking, I don't know where this is going, just stick with it, right? Because I mean, it just goes off the rails, man.
Oh
It's
yeah.
brilliant.
Uh, It definitely does. I really liked B Benjamin Hornigold's
Yeah,
portrayal thing of how he turned pirate hunter. It made it more real life to
hmm
me. I mean, Black Flag did a great job. Um, but like, it's different when you see like an old man who is kind of tired of being a
yeah,
pirate, and he is regarded as like one of the OG pirates. I mean the the show talks about Henry Avery as like, he sailed with Blackbeard and Benjamin
yeah,
Hornigold. And both Blackbeard and Benjamin Hornigold uh in this show are kind of tired of being a
yeah.
pirate. Um
Oh, I love
uh,
Blackbeard so much.
yeah, oh yeah. Thing man, who played
And
Blackbeard?
he just died recently as well, the actor, and
Yeah,
it breaks
yeah.
my heart. What was his
He just
name?
died. Blackbeard, Black Sails. Live
Oh,
recording
it's
to
Ray
you, assassins.
Stevenson.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Ray
Ah,
yeah.
Stevenson.
And he done so well in the part as Blackbeard. I mean, that's like that's my favorite adaptation of Blackbeard is him.
yeah.
I love any series Ray Stevenson is
We're
in.
going to talk
He
about
he
another one
was
of those a bit further. Well,
he,
spoilers,
yeah, he
spoilers.
was okay, all right, all right, all right. Yeah.
But one
He
series.
was in the later
Mm,
seasons
mm,
of the other TV show that we are gonna talk about. But yeah, dude, I love Ray Stevenson a lot. But yeah. Oh, and James, when you watch the
mhm.
show, there's this really, really good set piece that happens with Blackbeard. I would want your opinion
I think I know what you're
on
talking
it.
about without we giving any details about it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
I would really love your opinion about it. But yeah, um, I just wanted to like gloss over though, like for especially for Black Sails, the Assassin's Creed 4 remake is
Yeah.
rumored to have been like, it's it's rumored to be worked on at Ubisoft, right? Um, what would you guys want, or Chris, what would you want to see from Black Sails in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? Like, what
Remake.
surreal stuff?
One of the main things I would want would be scale. Um, I want the scale to be much bigger. I felt like in Black Flag, everything seemed kind of small, and I kind of understand that like what they were doing. Like they had to build the game in such a way that obviously doesn't completely melt an Xbox or something. So if like you actually notice it that when you're sailing in Black Flag, you actually see the land coming up out the ocean from a distance.
Right. Okay.
And it's like so
Okay.
it's like it's just really strange when you first notice it. But but because of that and then it's like I don't know, everything just seemed really small to me. And
Yeah,
with the Caribbean and all this type of stuff, I feel like they need to go for that one for one scale and try and make it humongous. That's like the main
yeah.
thing I would want, but I mean, there's a bit, I've got, I mean, a list long of things I would do differently.
There is this thing too in it where like, I mean, I wrote like a list of how they can better Black Flag in my AC Landmarks
Yeah.
Twitter or X. Um And like, part of the stuff that I was talking about was like uh the storms that Assassin's Creed Bl Black Flag has can be like, much bigger. We need to lose some shipmates inside. Maybe like, we can tell the quartermaster to like sail for us
Yeah,
while we are underneath the ship trying to save people,
yeah,
our crewmates, because like, with the pirate system, you're only a captain because you are liked by your crewmates.
hmm
Um, so maybe also like an honor system
yeah. That would be cool.
from like Red Dead Redemption as well in
Yeah,
there, like,
definitely try and inject more of the pirate politics into it. I think that would be nice.
yeah, I want like more of that pirate politics. And I mean, you never know. A thing Ubisoft is always trying like new things. So um maybe Ubisoft, if you want to do like a Red Dead Redemption 2 style of like how Edward's life ends or something like that. But I don't know if you want to ch change the story, and we're going off topic. But I think uh what I'm what I mean is like um just everything on a grander scale. And also what Chris was talking about, like, seeing the cities and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, but by this time, if they implement like, Havana, Kingston, and stuff like that, there won't be like a prompt of like, you want to
No
enter
loading
Havana?
screen.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you just
yeah,
sail
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
No, you just sail into
yeah.
it
that would be nice.
seamlessly.
Mm.
Yeah, that would be nice. And I just want more stuff for the Jackdaw, not just the captain's quarters. I think the Jackdaw, I believe,
Full on
is
shot.
the main character. Yeah,
Yeah.
but anywho, we've been talking about Black Sail for a bit.
I will move on.
I'll mention one additional program then for this time period. Our Flag Means Death,
Yep.
which was
Oh
only two
yes,
series before it was cancelled, which is a shame. And it follows Steed
shame.
Bonnet as the lead character, one of my personal favourite side characters in Assassin's Creed, because he's a bumbling man. Hello,
Yeah.
a bumbling middle-aged man. That's me. Yeah, it's a comedy, but also it's not. It's I don't know how to describe it.
Is it quite violent in places?
Yeah, but it's what's the right word for it?
Dark comedy, maybe? I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe because some of the best comedies make you cry,
Yeah.
make you think.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like a dark comedy,
yeah,
kind of like a chill comedy. It's like, oh, we're just pirates and we're sailing under the Black Flag. But hey, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we are serious
yeah,
sometimes. Um,
exactly. I'll read this
yeah,
paragraph from the wiki because I think that's a good summary. Aboard their ship, the Revenge, the newly minted Captain Bonnet and his dysfunctional crew struggle to survive against deadly threats, both from naval warships and other bloodthirsty pirates. During their misadventures, the crew of the Revenge cross paths with notorious pirate Captain Edward Teach, played by Taika Waititi, who needs no introduction,
hmm
and his crew, including first mate Izzy Hands. Comedy and chaos ensue as Teach and Bonnet fall in love. So I think that's a
yeah.
good summary there, and it's definitely worth a watch. I think it's only 16, no, 18 episodes. It's funny. It takes a different spin on things because it puts Bonnet as the lead character instead of the usual sort of pirate crew. So that's definitely a good one to add.
Fun fact, by the way, Mr. Hands, is shown in every pirate adaptation uh thing that has been. I don't know if he's shown in like Pirates of the Caribbean, but I think like in Black Flag, for example, uh he is seen to be carrying a medicine box, and Blackbeard says, "Okay, that's enough, Mr. Hands. I'll see you later."
Right.
Um, yeah, like it's so quick you barely realize it. And then of course in our flag bean's death, he is Izzy Hands, uh and Blackbeard's I think shipmate. And in Black Sails, you get to see him later on in the
Yeah.
series. I don't know. I'm not gonna say how, but
Israel hands.
yeah, yeah. Israel Hands is what his actual name
Yeah.
is. Um, but yeah, I like that. Respect to his name because he is in the general history of pirates too. Uh, 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 yeah, and one more fun fact. Sorry, Reese Darby plays Stede Bonnet,
Yes.
right? Darby McDevitt wrote Assassin's
Ah,
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Ah,
Darby is like a
is there a through line there?
that
There's a connective thread. I see. I
yeah,
see.
it's like this through line. Also, Reese Darby has played Assassin's Creed 2 and he is a gamer. And
Oh,
I'm
really?
trying to get him, yeah, I'm trying to get him to play Assassin's Creed 4 Black
Yeah.
Flag on his YouTube channel. And I'm like, come on, mate. Come on. It would be such a great
That would be.
thing
I
to
would
do.
love to
Like,
watch him play that game for sure.
yeah,
Um,
but
side question for Chris. Do you think Arshak enjoys Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? I think he does.
yeah. I think it might
a
be one
little
of
bit,
his favorites. Who knows?
a little bit.
Um, all right,
Totally get it.
let's. Me too. Me too. My one of my top three for sure. Um, let's move
My
on.
favorite game.
Now, I couldn't think of anything for Liberation. Now, the events of Liberation are taking place at the same time as AC3, but they're not even in the USA at that point, are they? They're in the Spanish or French colony of
Yeah,
New Orleans. I couldn't think of anything that covered that time period, but it'd be interesting to find
yeah,
something that would. Likewise, Adewale's story in Freedom Cry. There must be films or television series out there about Haiti and
yeah.
the
If anyone's
liberations and
got
so on.
any recommendations, definitely leave a comment
Yeah.
on the
Mm,
video.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's the same with like if you are interested in what was offered in Freedom Cry, watch Black Sails.
Yeah,
Okay.
You get to
yeah,
see you get to see the unfair treatment of black slaves in there and how they rose up. Yeah. hmm
All right. So
And it's really brutal.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
it's really
that's quite
brutal.
brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Next up on the list that we have Assassin's Creed Unity, but none of these things I've really seen. I've seen The Musketeers a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but yeah, I can't really remember a lot of it. I know you both have seen Napoleon, yes?
yes,
And Napoleon. What did you think about Napoleon,
I
James?
thought it was dire.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thought it was. I. It's the dialogue. Like I think I said this in because this came up in the previous. Where Chris and I were talking in the previous episode, and the scenes, the sets, the costumes, the atmosphere. It's a very well made film, right? There are big, epic battle scenes with Napoleon commanding the French army, but it's the actual dialogue. It's weird. It's actually weird, but maybe I just no one likes every piece of media, so maybe it's just me, and that's fine. I don't mind if it's just me and I'm the weird one, but I thought it was terrible. Um, but that's my opinion. Arshak, what did you think?
Um, I thought it was a good movie. It was not a great movie. I think the reason why I thought it was a good movie is because of the set pieces. that they had in there, the set pieces were jaw-dropping, man.
Yeah.
Like, I I I will never forget like um Napoleon's horse being blown to shreds because of a cannon fire. Um thing that was really grotesque. Or like, th- the battle where they're facing off in like around Russia, and it it's like cold. It's super cold.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they come to Moscow,
And
and
the
Moscow's
ice
destroyed.
sheets,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and the ice sheets are like um they break and stuff like that, and that's part of Napoleon's, I think it's Battle of Austerlitz that I'm talking about. Um but yeah, that was handled like really, really well. I kind of like how Napoleon was treated when, he was young and up and coming. I like the fact that Ridley Scott really wanted to cover Napoleon's whole life in there. Um, I really, really want to see what his director's cut is because it's longer. Warner Brothers is not releasing it. But they should really release it for like more context. But yeah, I thought it was a good movie. And also, again, fun fact, Abu Bakr Salim was in that movie. Thing
Ah, nice.
he played Dumas. Thing one of the one of the black generals
Mm,
of
mm,
uh the French thing, like let's call them Republic. Yeah, the French
yeah,
Republic. Uh yeah, like Alexander Dumas. And yeah, I believe that's how he got introduced with like Ridley Scott, and now he's making his own game. By the way, Abu Bakr Salim, uh very, very great guy, and also the voice and performance of Bayek of Siwa
Yep.
from Assassin's Creed Origins. So yeah, the thing, just just because he was in that film, that's more of a reason for me to go watch it. So yeah, I thought it was a good film. Uh yeah, but it needed more context.
understood. Very good. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't think. I mean, I've been looking on Wikipedia in the background. There aren't that many TV series set during this time. There are films, but
Yeah.
again, not many.
Yeah, I don't understand
Um,
why, because French Revolution is a fascinating time.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I mean, Les Miserables.
Ah, now, did you not pay attention to the note from Sean Hastings
Yeah, that was funny.
in Unity when he says
Oh
It's
wait.
like the
he
second one you
reminds
get.
us it's the wrong revolution. The Les Mis is set against the 1832 mini. It wasn't that. Don't actually think it was a revolution, but yeah, it's not that revolution. It's a different
Yeah.
revolution. But that's a Sean Hastings special. That is, mate. When you're playing Unity and that pops up in the database, he's googling
Yeah.
it now to check. He's going to go into the Assassin's Creed wiki and check all the data points
No,
from Unity.
no, I was just like researching the Battle of Austerlitz, and it was like the battle where like the ice sheets fell and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't want to get the battle wrong. I'm in charge of a historical Assassin's Creed thing, social media channel.
Mm, mm.
But yeah. All right. Well,
See, you think the French Revolution would have
Les
more
Miserables though.
content, but it so just this is not television, but if anyone really wants to go into the history of it, I recommend the Revolutions podcast, which is literally just called the Revolutions podcast by Mike Duncan. He actually did a series, or in that within that main podcast, he did a series of about 10 episodes on the American Revolution, and he covered a number of revolutions around the world, and then he finished. I know he finished with the Russian. He spent about 40 episodes doing the French Revolution because so much
Oof.
happens. And if you do chores around the house, walk the dog, commute to work, whatever, if you just want to spend probably about 30 or 40 hours getting the history of what happened in the French Revolution, that's a great way to get the facts or the history. Obviously, not a drama, you can't watch it,
Yeah.
but definitely recommend the Revolutions podcast for covering some of
Yeah.
these topics.
And if you guys like Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, then may I suggest The History of Rome by Mike Duncan as
Yep.
well. I like ate that up when I was like an Uber driver, just like
Yeah.
driving around. I'm like just tell me about the history of Rome, Mike.
And
Tell me about
that
the
was about
history of
200
Rome.
episodes, wasn't it? In the end, I think.
Jesus, it was a lot of
Yeah, it
episodes.
took him years.
It's what it's thing. I heard him get married,
Yes. Have
um,
children,
throughout
move to
throughout
France.
it, have children. Oh, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wait. I don't know if he had children.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot, but I do know he got married.
Yeah. He's great. I
Yeah.
found that podcast when my wife was pregnant with child number two, and I
Mm.
was decorating and preparing the nursery. And it's days and days of, preparing the walls, painting, building furniture, all that stuff you do. And I needed something just to occupy my brain. So I went onto a podcast,
Right. Yeah.
searched for history of Rome, and there it was. And that's how I found him. So anyway, yeah. We haven't covered Unity very well, but there's a lot of French films and TV series, but not so much, easily accessible to those of us in the US or UK or other countries. So let's move on to Syndicate. Chris, what have you got for us?
So Syndicate is a bit an odd one out because the recommendation that I have is Gangs of New York, which I know is New York and not London, but they do take place roughly in the same time period. They're both Victorian era and they're both about gang wars basically. So I actually really enjoy the movie Gangs of New York. It's actually one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, Star-studded cast. It's quite long actually. It's pushing almost 3 hours, I think.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
But
Was that I think uh was the main actor in that the actor of Lincoln?
no, it's
Blank.
what do you call him? I mean, Liam Neeson's in it at the start,
Daniel Day-Lewis.
and Daniel,
Da Daniel
Daniel
Day-Lewis,
Day-Lewis,
yeah.
yeah,
Is it Daniel
Yeah.
Day-Lewis?
yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
yeah, and obviously Leonardo DiCaprio, and
Gangs of New York,
yeah,
yeah. Pretty
it's
pretty
really
good
violent,
movie.
but I really
Yes.
enjoyed it. I think it's a brilliant movie. It's really captures that moment in time, when it's like obviously New York, and we were talking about earlier the drafts and stuff like that, and
Mm.
it just shows you all like kind of people's day-to-day lives there, and amongst where these gangs kind of ruling the place. So yeah, it's like I said,
Yeah.
it does give me a lot of a syndicate vibe because of the gang aspect, and like I said, it is in the same time period. I mean, they're all walking about these ridiculously massive top hats and stuff. It's quite funny.
Oh yeah. Top
Yeah.
hats. That's Syndicate
Yep.
for you. Um yeah. Another great TV show is the Peaky Bleeping Blinders
Oh, we can swear
thing.
on this show. We can say peaky
Okay,
fucking
well,
blinders, mate. That's all
You
right.
the
fucking
Peaky fucking Blinders,
you
mate.
sledge.
Um, yeah, well, yeah, has Tom Shelby in it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm butchering
You carry on, mate.
your accent, Chris.
That's no
I'm
mine.
sorry. Yeah, but
Oh, right.
yeah,
You think
like
all British people sound alike, do you? Oh, fine.
You
Thanks.
fucking
no,
whack.
it's the Irish, mate. No, fun. Well, yeah, it's got it's got the one and only Cillian Murphy in it.
Yep.
He's been getting a lot of press recently.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, and yeah, I mean, if you want to watch uh something about Syndicate, that is the show to watch. It takes place in London. It's after a war.
Uh,
It's a little bit
Uh
later,
actually,
so
Arshak, actually,
huh?
it's actually takes place in Birmingham, or at least it
Birmingham?
opens the first two seasons before they move south and get involved with oh my god, what's his name? Played by Tom Hardy, Alfie Solomons. He's in London.
Oh,
Um,
I love
yeah,
Tom
he's
Hardy
great.
because of
He's
that.
great. Um, yeah, it's
Yeah.
about 60 years after the events of Syndicate, but in the opening season when they're in Birmingham and they've got the garrison by the big I don't know what it is, mill, the
mm,
factories, that is definitely that Syndicate
yeah,
vibe,
yeah,
definitely. Plus the whole
Yeah.
gang aspect, you know.
yeah,
I mean, it takes place after World War One. I think,
yeah,
uh, but like again, it's very close by to where Syndicate
yeah,
is. And you have like this foggy England happening in front of your uh eyes. But like what takes place in Syndicate Time is actually another TV show, and this is a great TV show. I loved it. Victoria. Thing like you you talk about the change of times, uh, like and how Syndicate is this like change of time that is happening in there. That's in Victoria. You get to see Prince Albert introducing the first locomotives um in the TV show, and them just like uh running, and with the music you clearly see like the industrial period has started.
Mm,
So that's a really really good show to watch. Plus Jenna Coleman is amazing as Victoria.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's also a crush of mine.
Good man. You know, I was thinking that period, that industrial revolution period, it's not covered directly. So Victoria set in that time or covers that time, but it's about the upper classes and politics. It doesn't cover the work, the working class. And what I had a quick
Yeah.
thought was, I wonder if there's anything about Duleep Singh, the last Maharaja. And there was a film called The Black Prince, released in 2017, that tells the story of Duleep and his relationship with Queen Victoria. So that might be worth, I have no idea on the quality of the film,
yeah.
but that might be worth a watch to tell a bit of his story. And, of course, he's a character that we see in Syndicate. And then there's a whole DLC about him as well. So that might be one to watch.
Oh, and there is also another movie. I don't know if it's with Duleep Singh. It might be another Indian. No, no, no. Yeah, it's like another Indian thing actor. But Dame Judi Dench played. I think I think she played Victoria.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Mrs.
Vic
Brown, you're thinking.
Victoria. No, Victoria and Abdul.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, Victoria and Abdul was a really, really good movie. I mean, it's not about uh Duleep Singh, but you kind of see the relation between between them, and
Yeah.
it's really, really good.
Yeah.
It was a very heartwarming movie.
That's a
Very
great
cool.
call, mate. That's a great call. Again, yeah, it's a shame there's not more though about the industrial revolution and the plight of the working classes.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, The Gilded Age, maybe. I don't know. It's like an Amazon series.
okay.
But I mean, it's about the Gilded Age.
Mhm.
Um, it's not about the industrial age.
Okay.
But yeah. Anywho. Uh,
Let's
Origins.
yeah, let's move on to Origins. Origins is a tricky one because
Yeah, it
again,
really is.
that time, I mean, Origins covers Egypt and then briefly we go to Rome. Um, there isn't there isn't much that covers that specific. Was it 44 BC? But there are a few things. So,
Yeah.
Chris,
So yeah, I mean, my two choices are weird because one of them I've not seen, and that is a TV show called Tut or Tut. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's obviously about Tutankhamun, and I think, see, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if it's recorded in English, so that's another thing. But
yeah,
the thing that I have seen is the movie Stargate. And people might think that's a bit weird of an option because it's like set in present day at the time. But I mean I mean if you want your sci-fi fix for
yeah,
Assassin's Creed, I mean
yeah.
I don't know, I got the vibe from it just because it's like this mad race of aliens and it's like they look like they've got the masks on and all this. It's crazy. But yeah, it's not really like Origins at all. But
But I
it's
loved that film
set
when
in
I was
Egypt.
younger. Yeah, yeah,
Same.
yeah.
And it stars a young his name. Oh, I can't remember the guy, but most people know him from The Office, being playing Robert California.
Stargate. And the actor that's in
I
it,
always forget his name. He's
uh,
he's actually really well known.
that's the TV series. The other actor that's in it is the guy that voices Kratos,
Oh yeah, yeah, of
whose
course.
name I can't remember right now.
Christopher
Yeah,
Judge.
Thank
Christopher
you,
Judge.
thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah, between the three of us,
yeah.
we actually
James
remember stuff.
Spader. James Spader is the main guy, and Kurt Russell,
Yeah,
obviously.
Mm,
James
mm.
Spader,
Yeah.
yeah. He's funny. But uh yeah, also a good TV show around the time of Origins is Rome, which had like I think 2 seasons, or 2 or 3 seasons before the set was like destroyed and uh they didn't go for another season, but
Oh.
instead started production on this small TV show called Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
So yeah. Um yeah, but the Rome TV show is as accurate to like Rome as you can get. Also, Stevenson is in it as well. Uh that's the TV show that you were talking about,
It
right?
was. It
James?
was. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he was. Was he Titus Pullo or was he Lucius Vorenus? I can't remember which soldier he
He
played. It
was he was Titus
was Titus
Pullo.
Pullo. Um, I
Yeah.
didn't make
I
the
loved him.
connection because I saw him on stage at Star Wars Celebration last year because he had a role in the upcoming Ahsoka series. Ahsoka hadn't been released at that point, and he plays
Right.
Balin
Yeah.
Skoll or Scroll. I can't remember the surname, but he was a great presence in that series. But man, he had stage presence. He was
Yeah, I
fantastic.
mean, the guy is huge,
Yeah,
and thing like, um, yeah, he was good in like every TV show he was in. He
yeah,
was also in Dexter too, and I'm like, man, like this guy has um like length basically. I think that's what it's called. Like he can be anyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like he's great. And he's also in another TV show that I will let you know w when we get to
All
it.
right,
Okay.
noted.
Yeah.
The only other
Uh-huh.
one I'll add to the origins heading, and of course it's a bit silly, but it's the Mummy. Now, not the stupid remake from a few years ago, the original Mummy with Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser, which is one of my
Yeah.
personal favorite
Yeah.
films. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
um, Everything I know about Egyptian history, and this is for Amit, who's been a guest on the show quite a few times, who is a proper doctor of Egyptology. Everything I know about Egyptian history comes from The Mummy and Assassin's Creed Origins. So The
Exactly.
Mummy is always worth a watch.
Yeah, all of them. I mean, I think I've seen it about 100 times just because
Yeah.
they used to put it on TV constantly
Yep.
when I was growing up.
Yep. It's just a
We have
brilliant
a ride
series.
for it over here.
Yeah, I know, I've been on it. It's great.
Ah,
We have
nice.
a ride a
At
thing like
Universal.
at Universal,
Yeah.
yeah, at Universal Studios, the Mummy ride. Yeah, it's one of my favorite rides, but I still haven't watched the movie. I probably should.
What?
Yeah, now you can
Yeah, now
officially
you
kick
can
me
go.
out.
Now you can go.
You've gone too far now. You have
I
gone
lo
too far.
I love
Mate, I was like,
I love how
oh,
we have this like
so good.
theme going of like us not knowing the celebrity names and oh, I haven't watched the movie. Kick them out.
Absolutely. Oh dear. Oh dear. Do you know
Right.
it's got a very minimal connection to Origins, but have you seen the film The Fifth Element?
Yes.
The bit at the start with the whole
No.
Egyptian connection. I always like
Yeah.
that bit. Anyway,
Yeah.
the fifth element was released when you were like knee high to a grasshopper, Arshak, but you should go and watch it. It's a great film. Anyway, Chris, over to you, mate.
Amen. So yeah, next up is Odyssey, and I mean for this it was kind of the usual suspects. I don't really know of any TV shows that I've seen anyway to do with the ancient Greek Empire.
No.
But I mean, there's plenty of movies about it. There's actually tons of movies about it, but I only put down the
Yeah.
ones that I really kind of liked, and that was, well, there's a TV show, sorry, there's a TV show called Spartacus, which
Okay.
I've never seen, but recommended to me of about 10 different people throughout my life, and they all said that I would love it. So, I mean, it's on the list. I'll get to it. But I mean, I put two movies on that I have seen, and that's 300 and Troy. And I think most people have seen them.
Yeah. Do you want to
Yeah.
give us the line in your best Scottish accent, like Gerald Butler?
Okay, okay. That's
Very nice. Very nice. Uh,
Oh my
Are
God.
you entertained?
hang on a minute. That's all right.
No, no. Are you not entertained? I'm sorry.
Brilliant, man.
Yeah, great choices. But the um, the Peloponnesian War, there isn't much that covers it.
Yeah.
It's quite a difficult topic to cover, probably. But yeah, not an easy one.
There's this game called Assassin's Creed Odyssey that you guys can go
Ooh,
and play. It's a really good
I'll check
game.
that
I don't know
out.
if you've heard about
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just on that topic, it was one of those silly tweets from the Assassin's Creed account, and they said like if you preferred Valhalla, retweet if you preferred
Oh
Odyssey,
yeah.
all that bollocks. And the scores went the way that I thought they would, and I just put a little message out saying, yeah, personally, I liked Odyssey the most. There were quite a few people that replied saying, "Bro, what are you on?" And I didn't mind those comments, but hey, I stand by my personal
There will
choice.
always be the Odyssey haters, but
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. But
it's fine.
yeah, 300, of course. What was there was a sequel. Was it 300 Rise of an Empire?
Yeah, I actually quite like that. That's Eva Green as well.
I don't think I've seen it. Or if I
She's like
have, I don't
she's
remember
the
it.
baddie in it.
Is she?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty
Uh,
good.
all right. Interesting. Shall we move on
Yeah,
to Valhalla?
yeah. And again, this is another one that was kind of like most people have seen these things. So it was out of The Last Kingdom and Vikings.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really love The Last Kingdom, and I think most people will say the same. Like, see
Yes.
tons of people on Twitter talking about it all the time, posting pictures, connecting it to Valhalla, all these things. So that's the show I prefer out the two.
Mm,
So yeah. Uh the Last Kingdom, I've watched it
Yeah.
so many times. I love Alfred in it.
Yeah.
I think what's the actor's name again?
do you know? I don't know
I
any of the
think
cast's
David
names.
something,
I'm going to
I
go look
think,
it up.
yeah, did
or something
yeah,
David.
yeah, like but yeah, I love King Alfred in it. His son was like really good as well. Yeah, they hired really great actors to play their
They did.
roles, and
They did.
I mean, thing,
Alfred's
uh,
actor is David Dawson, just so you know.
Mm,
yeah, David Dawson, and a lot of the actors of the Last Kingdom carry over to Valhalla.
Yeah,
Like you got a
got
thing.
Gufred, and you've got Ubba.
Well,
Ah,
no.
because the only one I knew of was
I'm saying the
Magnus
actual.
Brun was in both. He obviously voiced
Yeah,
Eivor, but
so
there were others as well, were there, that have had roles in both things?
yeah,
All
so
right,
Magnus was
all
in
right.
it.
Sorry, I said,
Uh, Thing was in it too. Hepe was in it too.
Okay.
Uh let me see. I forgot. Uh, Man, I watched the series so many times. uh,
Ah, but you're under pressure now, mate. We're recording. The red light is showing as we record.
Character, Last
I'll tell you one
Kingdom.
I'll call out while Arshak does a quick bit of searching. The character that I thought was great to watch on screen was Lady Ailsmith,
yeah,
Alfred's wife, because she is a bitch
yeah,
in the first few series,
Oh yeah.
and how she
Oh
gradually
yeah.
turns it around and
yeah,
kind of comes to respect Uhtred. It was a great series.
yeah.
I
No,
watched
yeah.
Vikings.
She's so
Yeah, go on, mate.
yeah. She was so like she kept turning sides. It's like, oh, Uhtred, I hate you. After my husband died, yeah,
Yeah.
that bishop must be making a call. Fire the thing. Uhtred's like uh she fired Father Bianca, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that I fired you. Can you come back? There's no one at my side over here." And then yeah, she was such a turncoat.
Father
Um,
Bioka. I love Father Bioka. What a
Yeah.
legend.
oh yeah, yeah. Also, recently I found out that Father Bianca uh was actually in the first Harry Potter movie.
Is that,
A
Yeah.
thing.
have you ever seen the
Yeah.
movie Enemy of the State with Will Smith?
Yes.
He's in that and he's one of the bad guys, like one of the agent guys that are like hacking
Really?
everything. Aye, it's weird, man. I couldn't believe it.
Man, I remember liking
Yeah.
that film when I was a teenager because it was
Yeah,
like all about hacking and tech and it was
yeah.
cool. And I thought this is great. Oh, that's so funny. I never would have guessed he was in that.
Yeah,
But the actor Ian Hart, he is in a lot. I mean, you
yeah.
wouldn't know him so much in the US probably, but he does a lot of television, a lot of film here in the UK. So he's quite a familiar face when you see him. He's in Harry. Yeah, you're right. He was Professor Quirrell um, in
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Um, I will say about about Vikings. I We watched Vikings, the four of us here. I think it was on for quite a long time. Was it seven seasons, six? After
Probably.
three, I just kind of lost interest.
Yeah,
But Last Kingdom kept me hooked throughout.
yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Um,
I lost interest in Vikings once I think like uh Bjorn went to the Middle East and stuff like
right.
that. I started to lose interest when Thing died. Like the mother died. And a thing I forgot again. I forgot her name, but um, uh, Thing. I wanted to watch it just because I wanted to. I wanted to finish it.
Mm, mm.
And oh yeah, I stopped losing interest when Floki went to like uh I think Iceland,
Was
and
he the
he was trying to
shipbuilder,
make it.
Yeah.
Floki?
Yeah,
I
he
liked
was
his
the
character, but
shipbuilder.
yeah,
Yeah. Also, one of the Scars guards.
ah,
Yeah, he's Gustav Skarsgård. Skarsgård. The Skarsgård family is very talented
mm.
actors. But yeah. But watching the whole series would show you that Ray Stevenson was actually cast in Vikings
Ah,
as well.
okay.
Yeah, he was one of the dwellers thing of like Floki's tribe in like Iceland, and Floki wanted to find this perfect land
Yeah.
that he can like make his own, and be at peace over there. And that goes all the way to Vinland. I think basically the character of Ray Stevenson gets them to Vinland after many tribulations that they suffer, and they see Floki there, and they see the native tribes there. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because Assassin's Creed Valhalla also goes to Vinland, not with like the trials and tribulations that is in Vikings, but like immediately they go to Vinland, and Eivor interacts with the natives over there. I found it great the way they handled the um native interaction in Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah, like they showed like this it was a little bit because like they had to call it quits on the series basically. But yeah, like it was basically that you know old world coming to the new world and thinking it's their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the end of it was like one native character said, "I welcomed you in, but but I didn't tell you you can have my stuff." Yeah, like thing like and that was such a bookend to like Vikings, which was great. But yeah, Vikings is a really great TV show. Um,
Mm.
it has its fans. I respect it for what it is. I really liked Ivar Ragnarsson in it. Of course, the Ragnarssons are in AC Valhalla
Yeah.
too. Um, yeah, but I do have the characters that are in AC Valhalla from The Last Kingdom. Do you want me to mention
Go
them?
for it.
Okay, so Hepe Beck Larson, which I love. I think he plays Haston,
Oh yes.
um, and he plays Thor,
Yeah.
and thing
It is.
Havden Ragnarsson in AC Valhalla, Aethelwald, I think Aethelwald's character, whose name is
I just want to say the character of Heston, I loved him because whenever he turned up, he was there to cause chaos and then just walk away again.
yeah,
He always turned up. To be honest,
yeah,
I
yeah.
felt like the writers kind of used him as right. We need to get our characters out of jail here. How can we get out of this dead end we've got and enter Heston, cause some chaos, and then off he goes for a couple of episodes. I always liked him on
Yeah,
screen.
I know. And he had a really great death scene, which was good. I think what was I gonna say? Aethelwald's character, Harry McIntyre,
Right.
um, plays uh what's his name? That that guy who
Oh yeah,
who who dies.
Hunwald.
the kid, the kid. Yeah.
Hunwald. Yeah, yeah. He plays Hunwald, and Sigtryggur. Um,
Sigtrygger.
I
It's
think
a great name.
If you can get the little roll of the R,
Sigtryggur.
it does sound good, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Uh, whose actor is I'm gonna butcher this. Eystein Sigurdsson.
Hmm.
Um, I think he plays Barrett McEmar in the DLC.
Oh wow! Right,
Yeah, I think in the Wrath of the Druids
Uh,
DLC.
that's cool.
that's cool.
So I'm like, oh man, they just like transferred over,
Yeah.
Do you have?
which is
Can
which is
you do a Norse accent? Do you have some experience of Viking stuff? We're hiring everybody.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, basically. And yeah, Sigtryggur is basically the character of Uhtred's. He's the husband of Uhtred's
Yeah.
daughter.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, he's that guy, which I thought he played amazingly.
Yeah.
Do you know? I
But
tell you
yeah,
what. One thing I'll just say as a bit of an aside: this period of history, again for me at school, was never taught.
Yeah.
We were taught that there was there was Boudica, there was the Roman invasion, and then there was William the Conqueror, and we missed out 900, 1,000 years of really interesting history.
And see,
Um,
I don't understand that. Like, I mean, I could get why I didn't learn it in school, but I honestly thought that England did learn that in school because, I mean, that's like the birth
yeah,
of England, is it not?
yeah.
So you,
It's a little
history.
bit different. I think they do a bit more of it now,
yeah,
but it's still brief. I mean, my kids, I went to school well, I did primary school in the 80s and 90s. It's a long, long time ago, right? Things have changed. Um,
Yes, Grandpa.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks, son.
not that
Um,
far off.
my my kids have done a little bit of Saxons, but
Mm,
it's very brief. I mean, I know you could study that period for years, but I just wish it was taught a little bit more because it's just so interesting. All these
yeah,
kingdoms, these waves of invasions, the characters we've just named. These people sort of lived larger than life lives.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that's just me
Well,
going
here's
off on one. Um,
on a tangent.
Absolutely,
Yeah. I think yeah, like that's the thing. History is written by the victors.
mm,
And yeah, there were people as Vikings, but I did not learn about them until I started to research for AC landmarks. Like,
yeah,
I was I was not interested in like Vikings
Yeah,
at all,
same.
but then I'm like, here's a time where I can learn about them. And man, I know way more a lot of stuff than like thing I knew 5 years ago.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, AC Valhalla came out like 4 years ago or something like that.
Man,
So
it has. I mean, you really grew your chat, your Twitter feed, and the threads you used to write really were inspired by that, weren't they? That's when you really kind of started to do regular content,
yeah.
and it was great. Man, the
Yeah,
number of
that's when
episodes
I
of this
started.
podcast at Valhalla we did, but before I joined and after I joined, because there was so much content and so much to talk
Yeah,
about.
that's how Declan started too. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it was with Valhalla as
yeah.
well.
That's right.
Yeah, we're the new breed of assassins
The post Valhalla.
that are quickly
Yeah.
becoming old
Well,
breeds.
yeah, indeed. All right, enough about that. Gentlemen, I've got one eye on the time, and I know how long the audio edits take. So for Mirage, I've got nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing
Nothing.
too. But uh I encourage you assassins to write in the
Yeah,
comments
yeah,
like what shows to watch. Yeah, but there should be more about Baghdad back then.
Yeah.
absolutely, mate. That's a
Yeah.
shame, isn't it?
I want to know more
Um,
about the House of Wisdom.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
poetry of a rib. That's what I'm really here for.
Yeah. Uh
Yeah. So let's finish then with a
Yep.
little look to the future, Chris. Over to you, mate.
So AC Red is the next one. Um, so we have on our list the TV show that's just quite new called Shogun.
Yeah, I've heard
Oh
of it.
yeah. See, well, I'm the odd one out here because I've only seen one episode so far.
Okay.
Yous have both seen it all, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So I know
Why?
I've just not had the time, but I'm probably going to go and watch some of it tonight, so
All right.
I'll keep you updated.
Let's spoil it for him, shall we, James? Let's start.
No
Did you
spoilers,
know
but
that they're actually
no, go on,
there
mate. Go on. You
there's
carry on.
news of a second season they're talking about? But I
Yeah.
thought it was based on just one single book.
It was, and the mini series that they've adapted, that they've brought to screen, covers the entire story of the book. Obviously, they haven't gone into
Right.
the same detail because the book is really, really long.
Yeah.
There's been a bit of discussion about this on the Shogun subreddit, and some people are saying why. Others are saying I did see a sort of a more balanced comment, which is look, Shogun is fictional characters closely modeled on
Yeah.
the real history. There's nothing to stop them continuing because Tokugawa Ieyasu, the who became shogun, he's still got more shit to do.
Yeah.
Nothing
Oh
to
yeah.
stop them making more. It won't follow the book. And
Yeah.
man, the book is excellent. There's one thing that I wish was a bit clearer in the TV series, but I'm not going to say what it is because it would be a spoiler. I thought the series was amazing, and I think my personal favorite episode is episode 4. But I'm also not going to say why because that would also be a spoiler. But I hope you enjoy it, mate. I thought it was
Yeah,
fantastic.
don't worry, I will be watching it all as soon as, because like I said, I seen that one episode and I was like, oh yes, I like this. This
Yeah,
is right up my alley.
yeah, really, really fantastic. I'm just checking. Yeah, episode
Yeah,
4.
Hiroyuki Sanada thing is like uh there's been like big rumors that he's uh close to signing for a second season. And that's why probably might be coming back. Uh, Probably for a throw thing. Well, she might be coming back for some reason.
Okay.
I can't say what because um Chris still has to watch the show. But yeah, Cosmo Jarvis, I really like
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Also Armenian.
Really?
On his yeah,
Ah, right.
uh
Nice.
yeah, his
Oh,
uh,
yeah. And an
Armenian
Armenian
last name.
American mother. Awesome.
Yeah, Armenian American mother thing. I think his last name is Krikorian. But yeah, Cosmo Jarvis sells better for Hollywood.
Got it.
But but yeah, like he is great. But yeah, the show is just amazing. From I mean, they even show the Shinobi as like this sect that are not that respected in thing in the environment, well, in like the historical context.
Mm.
But yeah, James,
But
you want to
our
talk?
lips are
Yeah.
sealed, aren't they, Arshak?
I
Because
feel I feel bad
Yeah.
potential
now. I wish
spoilers.
you could talk more about it.
No, no, it's fine. We won't say any more because just go watch it, enjoy it,
Yeah,
soak it
oh
up. I actually really want to
We should
watch it
make
again. I want to watch it back to back because they did an episode a week, which is fine, and I respected that. But I want to watch it back to back because
yeah,
yeah, once we've done our, I want to watch it back too. I think I think this is great because once Assassin's Creed Red is like officially like revealed and we get it trends up again, we can like revisit this
yeah.
topic of like what can Red learn from Shogun, and like cover it extensively. But
yeah,
yeah,
I'll be up for that. And we
that's
might
about it.
find some other because I have. Well, we'll come to this in a moment. But there are some other things out there that cross over with this period. That if you just want to kind of soak up the vibes, there's some other stuff out there. So let's talk about the other series. Which when Chris and I spoke in the last episode, Chris mentioned a series and said it was amazing. Go watch it. I took the man at his word, and fucking hell, man, I was blown away by how good this series was.
Yep.
And the series is
Blue Eye Samurai.
I,
I gotta watch
Oh,
it.
it's amazing.
it's
And
I
this
don't really
is
know how to describe it.
yeah.
It's I got no words. There you are.
See, the thing is, this is what I said to James, is that I'm not into anime whatsoever, really. Like, it
Mm,
just doesn't speak to me for the most part. But this, for some reason, did. And I think it's because it's Western made. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I think anyone should go and watch it. It's set in a different time period from what Red's going to be in,
yeah,
but it's amazing. So yeah, just go watch it. It's on Netflix.
yeah. And after I'd finished it, there's a couple of other series on Netflix which got recommended to me. There is a series, an animated series about Yasuke, the black samurai, who is rumored to be one of the protagonists in Red, although apparently it takes a more fantastical approach. So, maybe it's not so interesting. And there was another series recommended to me called Onimusha, which I haven't looked at yet. I don't know whether it's worth a look or not. But
That's also a video game. You know that, right?
is it?
Yeah, Animusha.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I used to play it when I was a kid, with my dad. Yeah. Um, Animusha 4 is like really good. But yeah, continue.
Thank you. So I don't really have anything else to say about Blue Eye Samurai. It was amazing. 8 episodes. I think I watched 8 episodes in about 36 hours, and I was
Yeah,
DMing Chris as I was going,
I'm
and
surprised.
I couldn't sleep one night, so I got up early. It was about 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Couldn't get back to sleep, so I thought I can't. Had a bit of a dry throat. The dog needed to be let out. All that usual crap. Um, so I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to go back to sleep. I'll make a cup of tea and I'm going to put Blue Eye Samurai on. And I think I watched 2 or 3 episodes between then and the rest of the
Mm.
family waking up. So I made quick progress. But yeah, brilliant series. Are there any other series that we can call out for this time period?
There is this thing which until Shogun came was the only thing that I knew about. It's on Netflix. It's more like documentary style, but like TV show. Age of
Yeah.
Samurai, Battle for Japan.
Yeah, I
Okay.
watched that.
Um,
That was
yeah,
good.
I think uh that's good. Um, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
For now.
Age of Samurai,
Uh,
Battle for Japan. Awesome.
yeah. I also have like some honorable mentions for like the other AC games that we didn't
Mm,
cover. Yeah. So for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, this is kind of tangential to AC Origins as well, if you can think about it, because this guy touched a lot of countries in his young
Yeah,
age.
you guys.
Alexander, um, the making of a god. Um, it's on Netflix. Um, and for AC Origins as well, Roman Empire on Netflix again. I think it's kind of like Alexander the Making of a God, but yeah, the stuff that Netflix is coming out with is just it's amazing. And yeah, I quite really like it. But yeah, I think we, Assassins, you have a lot of TV shows you gotta watch now,
I will definitely.
huh?
I'll go and make. I don't know how you do it. I'll figure it out. If I can make like an IMDb public watch list or something, I'll do that and I'll put it in the episode description because that could be fun as well to put it in there and then gradually work through it. So I've really enjoyed this. This has
If
been a
you,
nice way of going through the franchise and looking at the stories that the media that crosses over with it.
yeah, if you can make it chronological, James, that would be
All right.
good
Spreadsheet.
too.
All right.
Yeah, just like start with Kingdom of Heaven and then down the list
We'll start
all the
with
way to like
we'll start
Shogun.
with 300, my friend.
Well, historically, chronological, yeah, we can do
Oh,
that.
you want
But
it? You want
like
it
I'm talking
chronologically
like
by?
game
Oh, we'll
wise.
do it that way. All right. You win.
Yeah, Thing. After all, this is an Assassin's Creed
True. We
podcast.
got to play it in the right order. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. But anywho, and that's the
that's the
show.
show.
Are you
That's
were you
that's a
entertained?
wrap. Chris,
And
did
that's a
we
wrap.
cover everything, Chris, that you wanted to run
Yeah,
through?
I mean, like I said, I'm writing a more in-depth article where I will actually, the ones that I've not seen, I will watch and I will write my own little mini review for each of them, and then I'll post that.
Nice.
But that's a bit of time out yet, man. But yeah, I just wanted to mainly talk about the ones that most of us had seen. Like I know Arsh really wanted to talk about Black Sails and obviously wanted to mention Shogun, Last Kingdom, these types of things. So yeah, all good.
A lot of good
Yeah.
stuff in there.
Shout out Ray Stevenson.
Yeah,
Yeah, very sad, mate.
Uh,
Really sad. But he was great
yeah.
in Ahsoka. It's a
Yeah.
shame he was young, I suppose 58, I think.
Yeah,
So,
or too young.
on that sad note,
Far too young.
gentlemen, Arshak, thank you for joining us again. Pleasure to have you back.
Always, friends, anytime.
Chris, this was a good idea that you pitched. I'm really pleased we did this. So looking forward to reading your article and your reviews as well.
Yeah, no time.
All right, let's leave it
Yeah.
there. So thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed this, and we will be back very soon. Probably our next episode will be something to do with the Assassin's Creed Symphony, which is in just 2.5 weeks' time. So looking forward to that.
Amazing.
Yeah. Let's hope I get this episode edited and published before that date, because hey, I got to stop talking. We're already up to like an hour and 50. Anyway, gentlemen,
Yeah.
have a good one.
Bye.
All right, guys.